Hello, my name is Samuel. In this video, we shall talk about right triangles. What is a right triangle? First of all, let's begin. What is a triangle? A triangle simply means a shape that has three angles. Tri means three, and when we have triangle, it simply means three angles. So any shape that has three angles is a triangle. Usually a triangle has three angles and three sides. Now, what is a right triangle? A right triangle is any triangle that has a right angle. As you can remember, a right triangle is an angle of 90 degrees. So any triangle that has 90 degrees or any triangle that has a right angle is a right triangle. Now let's look at a right triangle, see how it looks like. We can go to Insert and in Shapes. We get a right triangle. Let's kind of draw it and see how it looks like. So this is a right triangle. But let me tell you something. If you are being asked a question on a right triangle, it is either they will tell you that this is a right triangle, or if they do not tell you that this is a right triangle, they would put a right angle right here. So let's go to Review, Start Inking. They will put something that looks like a rectangle or a small box right here. You know, when you have a straight line vertical and a straight line horizontal, wherever they intersect, you put a small box. That small box is a right angle. We call it a right angle. So that is what makes this triangle a right triangle. Okay, you have the straight line vertical and the straight line horizontal where they meet or intersect, and you put a small box. That makes it a right triangle. So when you have this kind of triangle, we see that the side that is facing the right angle, facing it, and it's usually the longest side, is what we call the hypotenuse. And the other two sides are what we call the legs. The other two sides are what we call the leg, and here we call it the leg. Now, this is for the purpose of the Pythagorean Theorem. This is for the purpose of the Pythagorean Theorem. When we do it for the purpose of angles, finding the sine, the cosine, and tangent, for the purpose of trigonometry, we have what we call these other two sides. But for the purpose of the Pythagorean Theorem, this side is the hypotenuse, the side facing the right angle, and the other two sides are the legs. Now, we can also have a right triangle this way. We can also have it like this. It must not be one way. We can also have it this way. And let's just do something. We flip it. We can flip it this way. And of course, we can also, this is another way we can have it. And you put the right angle right here. Okay. Review, Start Inking, and we put the right angle right here. Now this is a right angle. I mean a right triangle, because this is a right angle inside a triangle, which makes it a right triangle. Okay. And if you have it this way, of course, the side facing the right angle is what we call the hypotenuse, and the other two sides are what we call legs. So whichever way you have it, just identify the hypotenuse first, which is the side facing the right angle, and then identify the other two sides are the legs and the legs. Okay, so we shall not talk a lot about Pythagorean, but we shall just mention his theorem here. Hypotenuse squared is equal to leg squared plus leg squared. And some people will call it c squared equal to a squared plus b squared. In our next video, we shall talk about it fully. This is what we call the Pythagorean theorem. Pythagorean theorem, which some people will see as c squared equal to a squared plus b squared. Call c squared and tell a squared to meet b squared. But like I said, we shall focus on this in our next video. Thank you for listening, and if you have any questions, please feel free to put a comment. Now, I don't usually teach students this formula. I just mentioned it. But in our next video, I would talk about it clearly. But this is the main Pythagorean theorem right here. Thank you for listening, and if you have any question, please post it in your comments or go to my website, samdoneforpeace.com, and ask your questions. Have a nice day. Bye.